All right, welcome into another day of our daily Devos in the Psalms. Pastor Rick here, and we are just continuing our foray through Psalm 119, and we are in verses 65 through 72. So we're almost at the halfway, folks. I mean, I don't want you to get too excited, too pumped up, too crazy, but we're almost halfway, and we're making it through the longest chapter in the Bible. So I hope you're having a good time. Hope you're learning something. I hope you're being encouraged. Hope you're being strengthened. I love it if you'd drop in the comments something that you've been learning, something that God's been speaking to you through his word. And also would love it if you would like the video, maybe comment, maybe subscribe, maybe share it with a friend or two or 27. I'm not picky. I'll take any of them. Just help spread the word. The more you like and comment and all that good stuff tells Facebook that it's a video worth sharing with other people, suggesting it to other people. And so you could help me that way. So hope you're having fun. Hope you're enjoying these videos. Hope they're strengthening you. So with that, we will jump into verse 65. Lord, you have treated your servant well, just as you promised, because he's a God who keeps his promises, because he is a faithful God, covenant keeping God, that hesed love, that hesed faithfulness. Come on now. That's the kind of God we serve. So teach me good judgment and discernment, for I rely on your commands. We actually rely on his commands so that we can have good judgment and discernment, because we just don't have the ability to have good judgment and discernment on our own. We are too faulty. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're too easy to be distracted, dissuaded, duped. Ooh, that word just seems harsh. So I apologize. I apologize for the harshness of the word. But I mean, if we're honest, right? Like, you've been duped before. I've been duped before. It's okay. It happens to the best of us, obviously, because it happened to us. So teach me good judgment and discernment, for I rely on your commands. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word. Talk about one of those bothersome scriptures. Ugh. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word, implying that now that I have been afflicted, I keep your word. Are you trying to tell me that there is something good that can come out of affliction? You got to be joking me right now. Like, I just want to send out an apology to all y'all that this verse is in the Bible. Unfortunately, fortunately, whatever. It's so true. It's so true. Before I was afflicted, I went astray. There was something about the affliction that you and I have both been through at some point that causes our hearts to be drawn to the Lord, because we quickly recognize we're not good enough, big enough, strong enough, smart enough, whatever. Any of those things. We realize that we are not it. We are not good enough. And so we draw near unto the Lord. He draws near unto us. He transforms us. As we delight ourselves in him, he gives us the desires of our hearts. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word. Talk about a perspective shifter on affliction. Maybe it even changes the way we pray for certain situations, certain afflictions that are on people. Maybe we pray that God would reveal the thing, that you need to learn. Now, to be clear, I am not saying that every single trial, tribulation, frustration, challenge that you go through is God trying to teach you a lesson. That is not what I'm saying. However, what I am saying is that God doesn't waste the challenges that come from a sin-ridden world, a world under the curse of sin. He doesn't waste those things, those items, those opportunities. he uses those things in the beauty of his perfect will to draw us to himself and show us the treasures of his word. Verse 68, you are good and you do what is good. Teach me your statutes. This is like one of my theme verses for my whole life. Psalm 119:68. You are good and you do what is good. Teach me your statutes. Why is this a theme verse for me? Well, because basically it was about 13 years ago I came across this verse. I think I'd read it before, but it never stuck out to me. I never realized this verse was in the Bible. And then one day it just gripped me. Because it's two things. You are good, so it is my conviction. It is my conviction that he is good. And then I do what I think is kind of taking it one step further, if you will. Not only are you good, but everything that you do is good. You are good and you do what is good. And so anytime I see something in my life that doesn't line up with that truth, I lean on the third statement. Teach me your statutes. Teach me your ways. Where I do not understand the nature of your ways, where I do not understand the nature of your actions, the purpose behind your actions, teach me your ways, Lord. Teach me your statutes. You are good and you do what is good. Teach me your statutes. So I pray that verse might grip you and strengthen you and encourage you and anchor you through tough times like it has for me. The arrogant have smeared me with lies, but I obey your precepts with all my heart. I am not going to be dissuaded. I'm not going to be knocked off track by the stinking, arrogant liars, the enemy, just people that would ridicule and try to pull you away from serving God and going after him with all your heart. But I obey your precepts with all my heart, even though they smear me with lies. Their hearts are hard and insensitive, but I delight in your instruction. There's kind of a juxtaposition there, indicating that delighting in his instruction is actually a key to having a tender heart, because their hearts were hard and insensitive, but I delight in your instruction. So because I choose to delight in your instruction, follow your instruction, I'm able to keep my heart tender. It was good for me to be afflicted so that I could learn your statutes. Again, a little bit of a continuation of this challenging theme here. I'm going to get nasty emails about take it up with the Lord. It was good for me to be afflicted so that I could learn your statutes. What a perspective shifter right there. I mean, that changes the game. It changes the questions we ask. It changes the attitude we have when we are trying to respond in the midst of affliction. It was good for me to be afflicted so that I could learn your statutes. No, I am not saying this is an easy one, folks. I mean, I'm right there with you. Like, if I could rip this page out, my flesh, my human, just the human, normal, everyday Joe kind of side of me would want to get rid of these verses. Why isn't it? Because of the abundance from your hand, the blessings from your hand that allowed me to learn your statutes. Before I was blessed abundantly by you, I went astray. But now I keep your word. No, before I was afflicted, I went astray. Then I was afflicted, and now I keep your word. It was good for me to be afflicted so that I could learn your statutes. I'm sorry, I keep reading it over and over again. I'm trying to convince myself. I'm trying to get the truth into my heart. I'm trying to preach. You think I'm trying to preach to you right now. I'm trying to preach to my own heart right now. It was good for me to be afflicted so that I could learn your statutes. Instruction from your lips is better for me than thousands of gold and silver pieces. Whew. What a way to wrap up this little section right here. You didn't even know this was coming at you today. But I'm telling you, you are good and you do what is good, Lord. Teach me your statutes. Teach me your ways. Show me how to follow you. It was good for me to be afflicted so that I could learn your statutes. Man, lots to chew on today. But he's so good. He is good, and he does what is good. God bless you. Have an amazing day. And chew on this stuff. It'll do you some good. And I'll see you tomorrow.